I was on Darrell's team, and he dropped me off with these really nice like apartment, like townhome situations. And so I was knocking on the door, and the first person that actually I went to, she was very hesitant. She was like, no, I'm not interested. And the other houses, like, there's a lot that I had to go through, and they were empty. They were like, or rejections, or they were busy. And I was like, oh Lord, like this is not going well. And the morning was almost over. And so I got to the end, and I started getting a few people to get books. I'm like, praise God. And then the apartment thingy was over for that side, and I went to the townhomes, the actual townhomes. And the first lady's house I knocked on, she was like, the son came to the door, and the son was like, I was like, is your mom home by any chance, your dad home? And he's like, yeah, I can go get her. And he's like, it'll take a while, but I was like, okay. So then I was like, oh, is it an older lady? Is she gonna reject me? Am I just disturbing her? And so then she came out, and she was telling me, she's like, oh, that's wonderful that you're working on that. And she told me that she actually had broken her foot, and she was having trouble walking. She was having a lot of troubles in just like her life. And so I explained to her, I showed her all the books, I closed on her, and she was like, you know what, I'll be back. And so I was praying, I was like, God, please help me to come back with a generous donation, that I'll be able to give her all the books, and that I'll reach my goal for the afternoon. And so she came back with the 50, and I was like, praise God. And so I started talking to her about the specific books that I gave her, and I gave her GC, and I gave her Lessons of Love. And she was like, wow, like, explain to me more about like where you go to school. And I told her that, I go to Washington Hills Academy, it's a boarding school in Arkansas, all of that. And then she went back in the house, and she's like, wait a second, I'll be right back. And she came back with another 50. And I was like, praise God, like I was so happy. And then I started talking to her like about what these books talk about more and in depth. And she's like, wait a second. And she went back into the house, and she came back with another 50, and I had 150. And I was like, oh, wow, God, like this is amazing. I thought it was just gonna stop, like it was gonna be like, I was shocked, like I did not expect that at all. And then she started opening up to me more, and like talking about her faith. And she was telling me like she doesn't really believe in God, but she's telling me how education is like very important, and how like she wishes that like her parents would have like pushed her to work harder in school, and just she really deeply regrets that. And she said, wait a second. And she went back in another time for the fourth time. She came up with another 50, and she gave me 200. And I gave her all the books that I had. And the thing is, what was so crazy is that I didn't have a Simply Fresh. And for me, like, I definitely rely on my Fresh to like go to the next book, and I didn't have it. And I was like, oh no, because it was almost time for pickup. And I was like, let me just give it everything that I had. And let me tell you, God definitely blessed, and he definitely surprised me with that one. I was so grateful for the blessing that I received, not only to just get the donation in the books, but to minister to her and talk to her and get on her level, be personal with her.